Hey everyone, so today I'll be talking to you about the Lauren Luke brushes. Now she released these brushes over a year ago, like for sure over a year ago, because I've been using them forever. But yeah, I want to talk to you about these brushes because I think they're extremely good quality and I love brushes, so I decided, okay, well maybe I'll talk to you more about the brushes that I love. Now let's start with the brushes in this collection. Now I have all of the brushes. Now let's start by the overall design. Now, I love this. I love the little pink here. And of course the glossy and the handle. Most of the handles are just the perfect size. Now what I do love about these is the aesthetic. Now these are very a nice weight. They last a very long time. I've washed these like for sure like 50 times, not like for sure. But one thing that I love, and I realize that it's maybe like a downfall, but I love, like I told you, I love the glossiness of it. But sometimes in hands, let's say you've just used a powder or something, they tend to kind of like, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm clumsy, but they kind of like fall out of your hand, if that makes any sense. Especially because they're the same size, like there's no narrow side, they're all like one size. But that's just a little like itsy bitsy like negative aspect to it, I find. But I'm more about the look than the actual like practicality of it, if that's a word. But yeah, that's what I realized, but it doesn't stop me from using these brushes because these are amazing brushes. Now another thing that I love about these brushes is, well, I'm a very particular person, but on brushes like these, sometimes, you know, when you wash them, the actual like logo, or if there was a name on the brush, gets washed away, or it just removes itself. I don't have any problem with that. It stays on. It's very like sticked onto the brush, which I love. I love having like beautiful brushes. Like when I look at them, I don't want them to be like used and looking all like messed up and things of that nature. So it does matter to me that the logo stays on the actual brush because it looks more appealing to the eye. So you do have Lauren's Luke name over here, but nowhere to be found on the brush is the actual purpose of the brush. Now, I'm a makeup artist. I don't need to have like a certain purpose for brushes, and I always tell you guys, use whatever you want, use what feels comfortable to you. But I think it maybe would have been nice to have like a little like, maybe like written on the handle like crease brush or something like that, so it can help others, especially because Lauren has been found on YouTube, and YouTube, it's not necessarily only for professionals. But once again, like I always say, you don't need like rules in makeup. You try, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you move on to the next thing. So that's a little thing that I would suggest, maybe like writing the actual like purpose of the brush on the handle. So about the pricing, I think it ranges from $5 from, I believe, $12 for, depending on the brush. Of course, you can buy the whole kit for, I believe it's like $50. I'll put that info in the description box so you guys can check it out. And of course, all of the info from Lauren. So like I mentioned, I love the glossy aspect of these brushes. I think it's very good on the eyes. But what I realize is sometimes they tend to kind of fall out of my hands. I don't know if it's because it's a glossy finish and it kind of like makes it easier to kind of like drop or something, but I did realize when using these brushes, they kind of like run away from me, but it's not keeping me from using them because I genuinely love these brushes. So now let's move on to the actual like one by one overview of these brushes. Now let's start with this brush over here. This brush over here is, I would use it basically as a loose powder brush or even a blush brush if you're careful with the application. Now this is very dense. I was very surprised with this brush because it can be used for everything and anything. You could use it as blush or as an overall powder brush. I really like this. I use it quite often, especially to brush away the excess powder. So yeah, good brush. Then you have this one over here, which can be used as buffing foundation, can be used as contour, could be used as a lot of things. Now this most of you guys probably say, this looks like the 109 from MAC. Well, it does. There's a small, I would say there's a difference. It's less dense than the MAC version, but it doesn't stop me from using it. It does the exact same thing. Of course, like I said, the density is different, but when you work it very well into the skin, it works beautifully. Now I'm going to talk about these brushes at the same time, because to me they're basically the same. Now you have this over here, it's a fluffy brush, and you have this one over here, which is a little bit more tapered at the bottom over here. So these brushes I use for the crease brush to blend any sort of harsh line. Now once again, maybe with all of these brushes except two brushes, I would say these brushes over here, I don't have any problem with the density. The other brushes, not that I have a problem with it, but the density is not the same as the other brushes that you might use that look like this. But overall, they're really, really good. So like I was saying, these brushes are good for blending crease in the crease. Don't have any problem. Yeah, really, really good. Like, I don't have any complaints whatsoever. These are crease brush. They help to blend harsh lines. Over here, the pencil brush, which can be used to smudge or to apply a little inner corner highlight right underneath the brow. You can use it as many times as you like on your face. Like I said, the density is a little bit different from the previous brushes. Well, previous brushes from other companies, but I don't mind it at all, to be honest. Like, they do the job perfectly to me. Now I do have another brush that I'm missing. I just noticed it is basically a flat stiff brush, like the 239 from MAC. Exact same thing. It puts color onto the lid perfectly. It packs the color into the brush very, very well. So I'm sorry I don't have it here with me. It's probably somewhere missing. I need to kind of like find it. Now next, this is my all-time favorite brush from Lauren Luke. This is the angle brush. Now believe it or not, I use this for my brows every single day. Like I said, I told you guys I don't really put makeup on an everyday basis. I don't go out with makeup, but I do my brows for show. Now this I do use on my brows. I don't like really using a stiff angle brush for my brows, because to me it's going to give you a line that's a little bit too harsh, especially for a guy. But this is a little bit softer than an actual like brow brush. Now this is not labeled as a brow brush on Lauren's site, but I do use it as a brow, and it's, as you can see, it does the work beautifully. Now this, because it's synthetic, you can use it with gel eyeliners, you can use it for powders. It just works beautifully, and I was really surprised because the cut is very, very precise, and I've been using it and using it and washing it and washing it and washing it. It keeps the same shape. So this, if there's one brush in this that I would recommend, this has to be it. I know it's just an angle brush, but it's an amazing angled brush. Now another brush that I absolutely adore, and it's like actually my first tulip foundation brush, like this over here. So as you can see, it's a foundation brush that's tapered and a little bit pointier on the top. Now this, the density to me is perfection. Now of course you guys know that I'm a beauty blender fan, hardcore, but when I do foundation with a brush, I use this. Why? Because it's not like the regular flat foundation brush. Sometimes it leaves streaks onto the skin, and then you need to go back in with another tool to kind of blend it out. But this, usually I buff it into the skin, and just, you can like start layering it like that, but then after you just twirl, and because there's a rounded tip, it gets rid of all the like the little marks you left behind or whatsoever. So this is basically a flawless finish. I was really, really surprised. When I tried this, I was like, oh, well, this is just another foundation brush. But no, it's not just a regular foundation brush. It's a beautiful, amazing, gives you an amazing finish foundation brush. It should be named as that, Lauren. Just telling you. You know. So yeah, this concludes my overview about the Lauren Luke brushes. I'll leave all of the info in the description box. Make sure to check out Lauren's channel, of course, PANACEA81. If you don't know her, well, you've been living under a rock, because she's absolutely amazing. And what I love about Lauren is that she's a human. She's not a robot on camera. She's a human being. Yes, mates. No, she's a beautiful person inside and out. I can only send her all my love and wish her all the best for what's coming. I'm sure she has like amazing projects coming up. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and make sure to check her out and check the info in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!